Hello, bright souls. Let's talk about Pluto in Aquarius, a transit that is associated with profoundly reshaping society. I'll cover how it influences social, political, and technological shifts by exploring what it has meant historically and what it may bring during its transit from 2023 to 2043. Pluto's final move into Aquarius will amplify changes first hinted at during the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction at 0 degrees of Aquarius in December 2020. That was a major reset point for social structures and collective priorities. Now, with Pluto entering Aquarius on November 19th, 2024, and staying for nearly 2 decades, the potential for deep systemic change becomes even more pronounced. To understand what this may mean, it helps to look at history. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius from 1777 to 1798, the world saw dramatic shifts in governance, revolutions, and societal ideals. By revisiting those themes, we gain clues about what Pluto in Aquarius might bring today. I'll break down key themes of this transit, including social and political upheaval, technological progress, decentralization, challenges to authority, and shifts in the collective ideals. Let's start with history. Pluto's transit through Aquarius consistently aligns with social and structural changes. Here's what happened during past transits. First, let's talk about social and political upheaval. From 1286 to 1308, a significant power struggle unfolded between monarchies and the Catholic Church. King Philip IV of France sought to assert state control over the Church. He clashed with Pope Boniface VIII, who asserted the supreme authority of the papacy over secular rulers. This conflict culminated in Philip's forces kidnapping the Pope in 1303. Shortly after, Pope Boniface died and the Church's power weakened, signaling a shift towards secular state authority. This period also witnessed the suppression of the Knights Templar, a powerful Christian military order accused of heresy, corruption, and other crimes, charges many believe were politically motivated. Philip IV sought their wealth and influence, ultimately disbanding the order with support from the Pope. This event marked a shift away from religious institutions' dominance over wealth and power. Fast forward to 1777 to 1798. Pluto's presence in Aquarius coincided with revolutions that reshaped entire nations. The American Revolution challenged British rule, leading to the creation of a republic built on the principles of representation and individual rights. In France, revolutionaries dismantled entrenched privilege held by the monarchy, nobility, and clergy. This gave rise to secular governance rooted in ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity. Moving on, let's explore technological and cultural advancements. Between 1532 and 1553, during the Renaissance, Europe experienced a surge in intellectual and artistic achievements that redefined thought, art, and science. This period marked the early stages of the scientific revolution. Thinkers like Copernicus challenged the long-standing geocentric model, asserting that the Earth revolved around the sun, a theory published in 1543, which would later lay the groundwork for modern astronomy and spark a shift in scientific inquiry. Artists like Michelangelo and scholars across Europe pushed boundaries, fostering a culture that questioned traditional beliefs and prioritized human potential and reason. Similarly, from 1777 to 1798, the Industrial Revolution transformed society. Innovations like the spinning jenny, a device that automated spinning in the textile industry, drastically increased productivity and changed the nature of labor. James Watt's improvements to the steam engine during this time revolutionized transportation and manufacturing, allowing for mass production and the expansion of urban centers. These technological leaps redefined economic systems, accelerated urbanization, and shaped modern society's labor practices, illustrating the far-reaching impact of this transformative period. Now, let's look at decentralization and the rise of individualism. Between 1041 and 1062, Europe experienced the gradual weakening of centralized monarchic and imperial powers, leading to the emergence of feudal systems. In this system, local lords and nobles held authority over territories, often in exchange for loyalty and military service to a king. This decentralization of power allowed for more localized governance and decision-making, breaking away from a singular central authority. It also established a societal framework where individuals' roles and obligations were determined by localized power structures, a theme that reflects Aquarius's focus on breaking from centralized control and redistributing influence. From 1777 to 1798, the emphasis on individualism and decentralized power was codified in key historical documents, such as the U.S. Declaration of Independence. This text, asserting the inherent rights of individuals to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, challenged centralized monarchic rule and placed power in the hands of the people. The emphasis on democratic governance and individual autonomy shaped modern concepts of self-governance and civil rights, empowering citizens to shape their own government and future. Let's now focus on challenging authority. From 1286 to 1308, King Philip IV's confrontations with the Catholic Church marked a shift in the balance of power. Philip sought to tax clergy and assert control over religious matters, defying the Church's supremacy. The culmination of his conflict with Pope Boniface VIII weakened the papacy's political influence and demonstrated the growing assertion of secular rulers over religious affairs, a shift that would have lasting consequences on European politics and governance. Later, from 1532 to 1553, the Protestant Reformation rapidly spread across Europe, challenging the Catholic Church's long-standing dominance. Key figures such as Martin Luther publicly criticized the Church's practices, including the sale of indulgences. Finally, shifts in collective ideals. During the period from 1532 to 1553, the growth of Protestantism marked a significant break from centralized Catholic orthodoxy and paved the way for greater religious diversity and freedom of thought. The emphasis on individual interpretation of Scripture and the rejection of centralized religious authority were radical at the time, signaling a move toward more pluralistic and decentralized religious practices. From 1777 to 1798, Enlightenment ideals such as reason, liberty, and individual rights reached their peak influence. Thinkers like Rousseau championed these principles, advocating for political reform, civil liberties, and the pursuit of knowledge. The emphasis on rationality, scientific inquiry, and human rights became driving forces for social progress and collective movements, aligning strongly with Aquarius's themes of intellectual advancement and collective empowerment. To summarize, Pluto in Aquarius consistently brings major themes into focus. Here's what we can anticipate. Social and political upheaval. This transit challenges existing power structures and redistributes influence. Technical advancements. Expect breakthroughs that reshape daily life. Decentralization. Centralized power weakens with a focus on empowering the many. Challenging authority. Norms and traditions are questioned and institutions are challenged. Collective ideals and humanitarian movements. Social reforms rise with a focus on collective improvement. So what are the future projections? Looking ahead to the period from 2023 through 2043, here's what we might see. Technological breakthroughs. That means advances in AI, automation, and decentralized tech will challenge existing systems. Social structure changes. Grassroots movements and collective action will likely grow. Decentralized power. Existing political and corporate structures may come under pressure. Focus on collective rights and humanitarian issues. Movements for equality and social justice will gain momentum. In conclusion, Pluto in Aquarius reshapes systems and drives progress. Historically, this transit has sparked revolutions, technological advances, and decentralization. We can expect similar changes, breakthroughs, and power shifts ahead. If you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe for more astrological insights. Together, we can navigate these transformative times.